Hey, so it's now the year 2024, which means there's a lot of new players downloading the game, whether it's the hype for the brand new 3 end-of-year characters, or in preparation of summoning for upcoming 1000-year Blood War characters, or you're just like me and just want to play with Bleach characters since we don't have any other Bleach game to play. Well, today I'm going to unravel 24 tips for beginners to help have a better grasp on the game, whether you are a new player or even a casual. So before we get into the video itself, I'm Exro. I've got 80 million power in Rise of Kingdoms, and I have 2.4 million battle power for Bleach Brave Souls, and I've been playing this game for 2,400 days, as you can see top right of this video. So this beginner guide is veteran certified. Oh my god, bro. What was that intro? Caleb, please add Holy Form Babby. So starting off with accessories, I'm gonna list accessories in your inventory that need to be worked on. So starting off with SP or spiritual pressure accessories, here's a list that should be worked on, being Ascension to 5-star alongside level 50 and 30% spiritual pressure for the second slot or second effect. So you have, of course, the 50% spiritual pressure accessories for an affiliation. If you don't know what that means, then going down the 5 affiliations within the game, you have Human, Soul Reapers / Captains, Arankar / Espadas, Quincy / Stern Raiders, and just no affiliations. Note, if you equip an accessory that is only meant for Soul Reapers on any of the other affiliations, you will only gain a stat increase from the second slot or the second effect, aka not getting the 50% spiritual pressure from the accessory's main effect. Now finishing off the two, that being Fortification Pill, Shinji's Cap, those are my top picks for 5-star accessories that are mandatory to have 30% spiritual pressure on the second effect or slot for your inventory. Attack accessories, same concept as the tip 1 SP accessories. Here's my personal preference on what attack accessories should be worked on the most in your inventory, that being a golden chappie, regular chappie, fortification pill, Shinji's Cap, and hollow bait. Then the following 30% attack accessory in the orange tier is accessories that should be worked on after you already completed the mandatory 30% attack accessories. PS, the reason why Fortification Pill and Shinji's Cap is both in the top priority for each list is because you should have dupes for these accessories. Personally, having 2 to 4 for the same attribute with 50% of them having the same role is what would make your inventory characters alongside BBS account more versatile. Tip number 4, and we have accessories. Oh god, accessories. So I've seen horrendous accessory assortments in the community. Bro, what the hell? And well, we'll start with SP builds. So I have 3 recommended builds from yours truly. So starting off with Pro build, or what I use on the daily, you're gonna use Fortification Pill, 50% SP item, and any of these accessories. Now hold up, let me cook. From personal experience, I prefer hollow bait out of most of these accessories due to the fact whenever you're playing co-op, guild quests, or even solo quests, your damage output or DPS is going towards your strong attacks instead of your soul bomb or special. You can only use 1 to 3 soul bombs per solo quest and 2 for inheritance trials and inheritance zone. So increasing a one-time attack isn't really worth it unless you want to completely nuke, find a room with a 1 out of 5 soul bomb. Next, excluding Zeta pills, most characters either have 100% hit hidden enemies innately built in, or I have it for the T20 ability, which we'll talk about more later in this video, or quests don't have underground enemies such as hollows and those weird Ikimiki Domoe. I don't know how to pronounce it, I'm sorry. Yeah, what that kid said. Next is guild quest stickers. Of course, I'd use them if I had killer on all mobs or bosses within the quest. So ranking them from usability, it would be hollow bait, killer sticker, that rhymes, 20% strong tech damage to affiliation, Zeta pill, and tension tie. So going over it again, S rank build or my personal build would be hollow bait, fortification pill, and a 50% SP item for my affiliation accessories, but you can experiment around replacing the hollow bait with these. Again, it's up to you. I'm just laying down some facts. Next is average build. This is the most common build for beginners since they don't have the 50% spiritual pressure accessories for a certain affiliation, like me and my mind Ukiyo-e. It can truthfully vary on the content, but my go-to would be Zeta Pill or Tenjin Tai, again depending on the content, Fortification Pill, and any of these three. This is the best if you have killer, this is the best overall, and this is if you're truly down bad, like me for Bambi. Next is the attack build. I'm gonna recommend a few different builds, just like the previous tip. My personal build, or what most players use for any content involving a NAD-based character, that being a Golden Chappie, regular Chappie, and Holobait, for maximum damage output, or a highest attack build, that being 180% attack increase. You can use Zeta Pill if your character doesn't have hidden enemies and if there's underground enemies within the quest, but you'll be dropping the Holobait, resulting in 30% attack and focus reduction. Next is the second build, which is a budget build for players that don't have the Golden Chappie, and I don't recommend using off-color Golden Chappies. This budget build is better than having base stat accessories using the off-color Golden Chappie. This truthfully varies since I don't really have much experience in building normal attack characters for solo or co-op quests. If I'm being honest, I'm just rich. I have all the Golden Chappies. But anyways, I'd recommend a regular Chappie, Holobait, and this again varies like the SP build. Depending on the content, Zeta Pill, Sticker if you have Killer, or Shinji's Cap. You can even use a Fortification Pill for more focus. However, personally, this is the perfect NAD budget build, that being Chappie, Holobait, and 20% normal attack damage item. But again, you can change the 20% normal attack damage accessory for any of these depending on the quests, or you just want to dabble in experimenting. But this again is the best budget build, and this is the best overall normal attack damage build. Tip 5. Okay, we've been talking about accessories for a while now. Let's elaborate on link slots. So these buggers, you see these over here? Yeah, these. Before we actually get in depth with them, you can farm these in solo quests, of which they are viable for the entire week, but don't farm them here unless you're desperate for potions. They are not worth farming. I'd recommend only farming Inheritance Zone co-op when it's ×2, but when it's ×1, it's really mid. But if you need to farm them and Inheritance Zone ×2 isn't out, Epic Raids or Awakened Epic Raids is the perfect place to farm potions. Ultimate Epic Raid drops are insane, but it's ridiculously hard to get a good lobby that knows the patterns, resulting in 2 to 3 minute long runs, which isn't really worth it. So Epic Raids, Awakened Epic Raids is the go-to. Tip 6. Now, if you go to co-op or Epic Raids and only see 1 or 3 attributes out, and you're looking for the attribute you need to farm, don't worry, it's a cycle. Every single day there's a rerun of an attribute. I made a schedule that is required for all BBS players to know or memorize, so feel free to remember it or screenshot it. So here it is. And that is step number 6. Moving on. If you're in an S rank guild or even A, B, or C, I 100% recommend doing this. Even if you're like in a guild with like 10 out of 20 members, these soul tickets will help you a lot when you're grinding the game. So I 100% recommend, like I said earlier, do this if you're in a guild. It's gonna help a lot, not only for your guild mates, but for you. You're gonna be drowning in soul tickets. Alright, next one. So if you play Bleach Brazos on a lower end device or even a PC, I suggest putting on smooth mode. It just makes the game 100 times more better. Like with the setting off, it's just horrendous. It's more choppy. You're losing FPS. It's not good at all. So I 100% recommend turning that on. And of course, you should already know, you have these over here. These are graphic effects. You turn these all to minimum if you're trying to get best performance, either for playing or just in general. Definitely turn them all down. But for me personally, I like having them all the way up. If you run max graphic settings for co-op, then congratulations, bro. Like, you're awesome, I guess. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Camera zoom. I'm going to turn this on, and as you can see, the game just zooms in. It's really ugly, so I'm going to do another comparison. We're going to turn this right back off. And as you can see, it just zooms out. It makes the game so much more immersive. But again, when you turn it on, it just like really dampens it, and it's just really close, and I just absolutely hate it. So when you're playing co-op content, you're fighting either the Arancas that fly at you, or even the rolling hollows. Those damn rolling hollows. They're gonna be off your screen, and they're just gonna one-shot you. It's not good whatsoever. I recommend turning camera zoom off. It's gonna make your gameplay more pro and just overall gonna increase your experience on the game. So turn off camera zoom. Okay, tip 10. So let's do on a blackboard. Now you're gonna listen to me carefully. I didn't use my ASMR voice for nothing. Because besides idiotic accessory and character link formations that randoms join my co-op or epic raid lobbies in, I've seen players that don't have any sense of reason on what they should be using when it comes to the transcendence slots. So I'm gonna break this down going from both spiritual pressure or strong attack damage characters and attack or normal attack damage characters. And well, since we're on this subject, I'm gonna throw in a tip inside a tip on how you should tell the difference between a SP character and a attack character. So to tell the difference between these two different character playstyles, because the last thing you want to do is putting a chappy that completely reduces the character's spiritual pressure to 0, resulting in the strong attacks being overwritten by the normal attacks in terms of damage, when that's not how the character should be played at all. And don't make me catch you using any of these accessories. Even if you're not playing with me, these accessories are noob or beginner friendly, yes, but this video is meant for you to stop being a beginner and move up within the game. So again, if you use any types of popples or yukis and you're saying,
"But Exro, these increase your spiritual pressure or attack by 20 or 30% and increases my survivability rate by an extra 20 or 30%, and in return it only reduces my focus to 0%. I don't need focus. Who needs critical damage anyways?"
if you're truthfully one of these people, like, oh my god, shut your lame ass up. Anyways, I'm getting extremely off topic, dealing with smooth rain BBS players that still use these sinful, non-meta, garbage, outdated, trash accessories. So let's continue on telling the difference between the two character playstyles, that being SP and attack. So if a character has frenzy plus 1 or 2, then that easily identifies them to be a spiritual pressure character, resulting you to use the 30% spiritual pressure accessory builds I showed earlier in this video. And if a character has flurry or a higher bruiser compared to the berserker, by the way, bruiser increases the character normal attack damage whilst berserker increases the strong attack damage, then they are normal attack or attack characters, resulting in you as a player to use the attack accessory format I revealed earlier in this video. Okay, with that out the way, I can finally get back to tip number 10.